Hi, it's the Rawsome Vegan Gal here, and you're probably wondering what all this delicious fruit is that you're looking at. Well, this is about 15 different varieties of mangoes. If you are a mango fan, you will want to run, not walk, to Truly Tropical, which is located here in South Florida in Delray Beach. And the owner, Chris, has about 45 or 50 different varieties of mangoes. Unbelievable. And the season is almost over. It's now August the 4th, 2013, so you'll want to get over there. But I wanted to show you all the different varieties, and I went today on a tropical tour, tropical fruit picking tour over at her farm, and it was amazing. What an experience, I have to tell you. And to share with you more about these wonderful mangoes, I wanted to let you know, here's her card. I don't know if it's going to be truly clear and visible on the screen, but I will also include a link below the video, and it's called Truly Tropical, and they have other tropical fruits such as lychee, carambola, jackfruit, sugar apple, and longan. And I also have sugar apple to show you. And if you've never seen a sugar apple, see, this is when you pick it. If you see the red that is between them, what it is they're usually tight. You see how tight the top ones are? But on the side here, you see them where you can see the red coming through. That's when you want to pick them. And if you're familiar with carambola, this is similar flavor, and it has big seeds in it. You don't eat the seeds and you don't eat the skin. You eat the fruit inside. So this is the season for them as well. But some of the other fruit, the season's already over for. So the mangoes, today I got to go to a, what they call a fruit picking tour. And it so happens that I was watching a video that was done by Paul Neeson on Friday, because I was looking through some of my own videos, because I did another video on a different variety of mangoes called Hatcher mangoes, and I happened upon this YouTube video, and I was amazed that it's here practically in my backyard, and you wouldn't even know it. So that was amazing, and the fact that they did the tour just today. So there was a great crowd of maybe 40, 50 people, and the gentleman that works there hard, he is very knowledgeable on the different varieties of mangoes and the sweetness of them, whether they're stringy, tart, all the different, where they come from. It's just amazing. He's a gift of knowledge, and I was happy to have him there to explain to me what the different fruits are. And we got to actually pick our own, and then you can also pick some of the varieties that were already out there available for you as well. So I wanted to show you the different mangoes and tell you the names. I'm not familiar with the sweetness of most of them. There is a couple that I know, and there's some that I don't. So here's one that's quite large. It's called Pram Kai Mea, or Mea. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. This is what it looks like. And again, most of these are hard, and you don't want to eat hard mangoes. They have zero flavor. They should be soft, so you'll leave them out on your counter. Don't put them in plastic or put them in a paper bag with a fruit that's already ripe, like an apple. So that'll help it to ripen. So that's one of the varieties. So I said I have 15 varieties. This one's actually soft already. It's ready to go. And this one's called Cogshall. Now some of the fruit you'll see is green, and some has yellow and orange. And the color doesn't necessarily tell you that it's a ripe fruit. Some are supposed to get yellow, and if they get yellow and have some nice rich red on the tree, and they develop also these lines that come down, what that forms from too is a lot of times the sap will come out from that tip. You see that tip there? And then these lines kind of form. And the color, too, is based on the amount of sun they get. But this one's actually soft and ready to eat. So that's called Cogshall, C-O-G-S-H-A-L. The other one that I mentioned before is spelled P-R-A-M, Pram Kai, K-A-I, and then M-E-A. That's 3 words. The next one I have is also a green one. And this one I have actually eaten when I was in San Diego. Someone had some trees. And this is from Thailand. This is called Dak Mi, and this is what it looks like. And it is green, and it probably will get more yellow color. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember from my friend's tree. But this is an extremely sweet mango, like honey. Okay, so if you like honey, I don't like honey. I like the fruit. I like the real thing. So that's another one. Here's one called Pyu Kalay. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's spelled P-O-P-Y-U-K-A-L-A-Y, and this is also one this kind of a shape. And this has some yellow on it, if you can see. and it might probably get more yellow, but the ones you find, when you find the yellow, that's good. And then I didn't spell for you Dak Mi if you're interested in looking it up. It's Nam, one word, Dakmi. The next variety we have is called Mallika, and I believe it's spelled Malika, and this is kind of a small one that I actually found on the ground, and you see it's starting to turn some yellow. So, and a lot of these, actually, the skin is actually edible as well. What I do, actually, is I'll cut it and I'll chew some of the skin, and then if I don't like the taste of it, I'll just spit it out. The next one I have is called Fairchild, and here you can see, too, it's turning a lot of yellow, and it still has some green on it. This one is starting to get soft. Next one is beautiful color. I love the ones when they have the yellow and red. I just love the color. This is called a Van Dyke, and this one has a beautiful yellow and red combination color. The next variety I have here to show you is called Valencia Pride. I think of it like a Valencia orange. So as you can see here, the tip has there's more yellow and reddish color, and again, like when you see these lines coming down, that's a good sign that it's ready. And again, if you see sap coming out, that's for sure one that is ready to be picked. Doesn't mean that it's ready to eat. It's ready to be picked. This is one called Alfonso. And again, it has some change of color too. So anytime you see that, that's good to pick it that way. The next variety I'm going to show you is called Glen. And again, I don't know the sweetness of this, but I know they're fairly good. They're not your typical, people know about Hayden and Kent and Tommy Atkins, but a lot of people don't know about these. So a lot of these are grafted from others and combined. So this one's called Glen, and here's the colors on it. It's spelled Glen. So this one's got some reddish, yellowish color on it as well. The next one I have to show you is called Florigon, and I believe it's spelled Floragon. I might be wrong, but it's pronounced Florigon. And this one's quite green, but I was told that this was good to pick, and it should be a nice and sweet one, actually. The next one I have is much more ripe. It's called Tess, Tess, and it's a combination of curry and turpentine. Now, it's not turpentine like you're thinking, like you use turpentine in your, I don't remember if it's varnish for your wood. It's actually a variety of mango. And this one, again, this one is actually much more ripe. As you can see, tree-ripened. So that's the difference, is that some of these are actually tree-ripened, and this is pretty, this is pretty close to being ready to eat. And again, you can see all those lines coming down. That's a good sign too. So there's a difference, I should say, between tree-ripened and ripened off the vine. When you have a tree-ripened fruit, to me that's usually much tastier. I could be wrong, but just like tree-ripened, vine-ripened tomatoes. So the ones that are greener are still going to have to ripen more, but the ones that have more yellow don't have to take as long to ripen. And this other one, I have another one called Bombay, and I heard this one is really, really sweet. This one I also found on the ground, and it has those lines coming down, and it's quite yellow, and it's a little bit of green left. And the next one I have is called Beverly, like the name, like Beverly Sills. So this one, again, has quite a nice amount of yellow and a little bit of red coming down, and some of those lines that I mentioned. And the final one I have to show you is called Kent. So you probably heard of Kent. They're pretty popular in the stores. This is usually the color. They have a lot of nice deep red and green. So I have a total of 15 varieties that I got. There may have been some others, but I don't know their names. So what's great about this place is that, you don't usually get to pick. You usually have them already picked, but this was a special thing, and they do it sometimes. And since the season's almost over, I think she said there'll be about another month with some of these varieties, and then in September she might just have one variety, and then after that there may be some stray other tropical fruit. But most of her season's in the summer, like from May to, May through August, September. And so some of the varieties she doesn't even have anymore because their season's already over. And it's a really cool place to go, and her hours are kind of limited, but I will give you all her information, and she also has a blog, and you could check out all about her mangoes. So just to give you ideas, so like, what do you do with mangoes? Well, number one is just take one, cut it open, and eat it. As long as it's ripe, of course. That's a very easy way to do it. Now, you can do other things with mangoes. Some people cut them up and make mango salsa. And you can also make like a mango cold soup, which would be delicious. I make a lot of times mango like a pudding with other fruit, with berries like strawberries, and you could do peaches and stuff like that. That would be very tasty. Mango is very versatile. to use it. Some people, I guess, cook with it. I don't do anything with it cooked. I prefer it in its natural state, in its fresh state. It's so yummy. It's hard to just want to do anything with it. It's much easier to just slice it or even bite into it and eat it than do anything else with it. So, and again, there are different varieties, different flavors. Some people like mangoes that are more tart, or if they've never tasted a mango, they may not know about the levels of sweetness to mangoes, or that, mangoes are supposed to be very sweet or not, or to them they don't really care for it so sweet. So it's also based on your palate. Everyone's palate is different. I know for me, I love sweet mangoes. So if I bite into a mango that's tartar, it's okay, but for me, the sweeter the better. The sweeter, the juicier, the more it drips down my chin. I know it's good, and I just love it. And so again, they have many varieties of mangoes that I hope you will check out, and I hope to get there again soon. And if you don't live in South Florida, well, then I guess you have to just settle for what's in the stores, unless you know someone who has a fruit farm. But we're blessed here in Florida that I've discovered some places that have mangoes that are way beyond what you get in the stores. And I don't know or think I'll ever be able to go back into a store again and actually buy a quote-unquote store mango, even if it's organic. I don't think I'm going to care for the flavor of them. Once you go and get them from a farm that has all these amazing different flavors and sweetness to them, and it'll be hard to go back and try anything else. So check out Truly Tropical. They're in Delray Beach on Seacrest Boulevard, so they're actually close to the water. And I, again, will have a link with all their information, their website, the name of their place, and then you can check them out and let Chris know that, Mindy sent you, just so she knows. How did people find out? It's usually word of mouth. I found out about it from someone else's video, so maybe, you'll tell other people too who love mangoes, and then they can go check it out as well. Thanks for watching. It's the Rossum Vegan Gal.